Welcome back to another Behind the Sound video. My name's Ardil, and first of all, welcome back to our YouTube channel. If you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any more of our videos. These videos are all about showcasing what goes on behind the scenes and talking you through the system that we're doing on the Lamborghini Aventador behind me. Obviously, if you haven't done so already, we've got plenty of videos already up on this vehicle. However, we're going to be focusing on a couple of things: Apple CarPlay, plus the actual custom sub box and some of the tuning functionality that we're actually adding on to the system. Inside this front luggage area, we've actually got a mechanism and amplifier rack housing the Audison Voce 5.1K. So it's a 5-channel amplifier, plus we're adding in a processor, which is the Audison Bit Nove, actually live directly into this area here. Obviously, as you guys probably know, the roof needs to sit into this panel here as well. What we've done is fully retained full access to put your roof into this area, plus obviously still allowing for one epic sound system. We've got some design features going in. We're doing black Milano as a finish, but also adding in our new Lamborghini logo that we're 3D printed, completely designed in-house, and our little logos in there as well. So that's all really nice. Custom A-pillars are back in. We actually have a dashboard back in now as well. So the car's coming together really nicely. And what Steve's doing at the moment is actually mounting in as a raw design for the actual sub box. This is a different sub box design to what we've done before. We generally do a 10-inch sub. However, a lot of people, just like Wilfred Zaha's car that we're doing at the moment as well, having this 8-inch Audison Prima sub. In essence, retaining the actual pocket that sits underneath at the back panel here, but also still providing that lovely bass coming from right in between the seats. Obviously, this is an unfinished product here. This will all be retrimmed in Milano, but in essence this is actually bolted to factory positions, so we're not drilling, not making any new additional holes or anything like that. However, it's still bolted to the actual vehicle. All this back panel always gets soundproofed as well, which makes a world of difference. Inside the doors we're using a 2mm skin soundproofing layer. Inside the rest of the vehicle we're using a 3mm layer. Basically what soundproofing does is it builds a better acoustic environment for the new sound system to work in, but also what it does is it stops those rattles and resonations that kind of nobody wants. In terms of what we've done inside the dashboard and behind the scenes is introduced Apple CarPlay into the factory Lamborghini screen. This is not using any separate controls, this is using the factory Lamborghini controls, Lamborghini radio. Everything looks pretty stock. However, we've actually got full color screen with Apple CarPlay actually fully integrated into there, not only adding loads of functionality like Spotify, Waze, Google Maps, loads of stuff all live directly on there. So we can also add functionality to the Aventadors, but also upgrade the sound. We've got the Audison Thesis 6.5-inch drivers inside the door, and that's with the 2mm black soundproofing. And then we've actually got the A-pillars in a custom enclosure in custom A-pillars, all retrimmed as well, just down at that bottom corner on either side. They look really nice. They're all flush in with the vehicle, and they look really nice inside there, tucked away. They're also, the Audison Thesis tweeters actually come as silver as stock. What we've done is sprayed them black just to make them blend in, make them a lot more stealthy, which is quite nice. So that's basically the custom A-pillars. In terms of this sub box, this is going to house the Audison Prima 8-inch sub. So Steve's just bolting that in. We've also got connections grade cabling actually secured in there as well. We've already checked whether for any air loss or anything like that inside the box, which is very important. However, this is completely designed in-house using fiberglass, MDF. Also some elements of soundproofing are actually inside the box and built into that enclosure. Then there's a beauty panel to basically cover that up. We also have done engine bay lighting as well, which will show you on a separate video a bit later on, but that also did get touched upon in one of the previous episodes on Behind the Sound. So in here, as you can see, the 8-inch sub is just about to go in. So as you can see, what we're about to do is join the wires onto the actual sub enclosure itself. It's got a grille to protect it, and then there'll be a beauty panel hiding all of it out the way, making it look incredible. However, behind the scenes, how everything's built, this is why we showcase this sort of stuff, because it's about what happens behind the scenes that makes a real difference to the actual sound in the vehicle. So then after this kind of stage, well, we've already actually done part of it. We've done a basic EQ setup. Basically what's involved in that is me and Steve sat inside the car. We actually turned on our computer. We plugged into the DSP system in the front and actually set up a basic EQ. We did basic time alignment, but also did on the parametric EQ, we set everything up to tell it it's got a 5-channel system. 2 channels, 1 and 2 of the 5.1K are running the tweeters. 3 and 4 are running the 6.5-inch drivers in the door, and the 5th channel of that 5.1K is running the sub. So that's basically how the setup is configured. That is all then put into the processor. We configure that on there, plus then edit and control everything in a lot more detail right directly on that actual computer itself. So we've sat there, done a little basic EQ, make sure everything's working. We've bedded in the speakers slightly as well, which is very important. On a system like this, speakers do need bedding in. It's a bit like a new engine. Obviously, it's a component part that needs to start moving, and it's like a speaker as a cone. As it started moving, what's called excursion of the cone, as that kind of moves, it will change in sound. It will change on how freely it will move backwards and forwards. That's why we always bed in the speakers, ready for our customers to sit in there and actually get it exactly right. So once that bedding in stage has been done, we'll then, after it's been bedding in for a little bit longer while we're finishing up the install, while it's on charge, what we'll actually be doing is starting up the vehicle, listening to the vehicle, how it sounds currently, and then adjusting that all via the parametric EQ via the Audison BitNova. So DSP makes a world of difference. Plus we can time align the system. Obviously now the tweets are on axis, that makes a world of difference as well. However, obviously with the sub being right behind us, we do need to balance that in the vehicle to get that sounding inch perfect. Plus we've also got a sub-level controller mounted actually in the little pocket underneath the sub. So overall, we're getting there, guys. The car is nearly finished. We're waiting on a few bits to come back to us that have been redone by Cambridge Concourse. However, a lot of the stuff is nearly there. We're just doing final testing. These are the final stages in a system. We will be doing the final video, which actually will go through everything in a bit more detail, a little bit more about the finished product, what it actually looks like. So hopefully you enjoy those videos, but make sure you don't miss them by hitting that subscribe button. But also please feel free to like and share the video with friends and family. Also, don't forget, we also have our PS5 and Audison Bits 8.9 giveaway live on our YouTube channel already. So make sure you go check that out, and on our Instagram profile for all of the T's and C's for how to apply for that competition. Thank you very much for watching, guys. We look forward to seeing you soon.